Yep, hello there. My name is Daniel Eric or Williver or Guillermo Gage. Yep. And uh let's say so okay, 10 days have passed because right now it's April 11th. It's 8:11 a.m. on 2026 April 11th. That's a Saturday. So now I've got to cover some April days. More time has passed. It's like makes it hard to cover stuff. So, well, I ended up finishing up, or going into, Holy Week of Easter. Now we're in the Easter season. So on April 1st, I didn't do much. I don't remember being on the internet as much as usual because uh, there'd probably just be fake news on April 1st of all days. Um, Especially the pop culture stuff. Yep, yep. I did do push-ups, and I gotta check what the ones are because I did some push-ups on the first. Oh, I know, puppy. I know, puppy. I gotta check that. I did some push-ups on the first and on the second, and then I didn't do any on the third, and then I did some on the fourth. But here's the thing: now when I'm like wanting to write down more stuff, now I haven't done any push-ups since that day of the fourth. So hopefully this next phase will be better. Um, going to Well, how about this? I know I did some push-ups on the first, the second, and the fourth, so I'll get to those. Yep, looking up my records, but I know that on April 2nd. Well, April 2nd was uh I was at church. I was at the Holy Thursday service, and I was there for about an hour. About an hour. And April 3rd, that was Good Friday. I think that's like at least an hour and a half. Then the Easter Vigil on Holy Saturdays is my first time doing that. That was like from like 8 o'clock to like 10:30. Um, yep. So yep, I took my first ever communion union there. So I actually had to be there an hour earlier just to prepare for yeah, for the Easter Vigil there. Yep. So for the confirmation vigil there. So that was so yeah. So then I also did show up for like the hour and a half Easter Sunday service. That was from like 10:30 to about noon. On April 5th, I went to see. I ended up seeing it by myself because some other family members, were just kind of elsewhere. I saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie by myself. This was from about like 1:30 to like 3:20 or so, with the previews. So I probably got home before 4 p.m. I've been continuing to take that doggy Lucky out. So I took him out then. I did my second job on the Sunday. That was from 5:58 p.m. To shortly after 11 p.m. Then April, then Monday, April 6th, I worked there from 6:10 to shortly after 11 p.m. And so now I'm going to take a look at. There we go. The report. Okay, so April 1st. Actually, this is the first. Okay, yeah. So April 1st, between 11:58 and 11:59. So I was starting out little bits at a time. Between 11:58 and 11:59, I did 7 bring Sally up push-ups. Then I stopped for a few seconds. Then I did 8 AOML, 1 with the 10 Libra backpack, with the 10-pound backpack. So 8 after Old Miss Lucy, 1 with a 10-pound backpack. So that's all that was. And I was having trouble because the offline video was taking a while to open because I started like so late with less than 5 minutes to go. And so for the first 7 of those, I counted them and paced them in my head. And then the video came on and it was distracting me in my head. So it was like, that's why I stopped at only 7 at first. And then I did the other 8 after Old Miss Lucy 1. But then, I was a little more prepared the next day. April 2nd, from 11:55 to 11:56 p.m., I did 8 AOML push-ups. Then a minute later, 11:57, I did another 8 AOML. And then less than a minute later after that, when it's getting up to be like 11:58 or so, I did another 5 more of those bring Sally up or green Sally up push-ups. Okay, and then April... what? Thought I did some on the 4th. Did I not write it down? Shit. Well, I don't know. I'm not where I'm done, but I'm pretty sure. I thought I did some on the 4th, but maybe couldn't have been very significant if I didn't even bother to write it down. I think it was like maybe 10 here, 10 there. But oh no, here it is. No, that's March 31st. Okay. Well, whatever it was, probably wasn't even all that much. It was probably, noon. Well, what day of the week was that? On the 4th? Saturday. I don't even know when I did that. I don't know, probably not much. Probably around 11 p.m. Maybe did like 8 and 8, something like that. But yeah, that stinks. Okay. But yeah, the 7th on Tuesday, I got home. I did my main job, clocked out like 5:36, and then the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, I've been having like these relatively early bedtimes. Arguing on Twitter a lot for some dumb reason. Left to work at April 9th, I left work at 4 p.m. Then I ended up clocking out at work at like 4 p.m. because I ended up leaving early because I got like hit with, I believe, possibly food poisoning. I ate some corned beef that like had been in the house for like in the fridge for like a whole week at least, and kind of scarfed that, and then I ended up puking that out. And they wanted to be sure I was fine, so I was I know they did like a blood test on me at work. I was just kind of hanging out in a different area, kind of, and so yeah, yeah, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th kind of blurs together. Haven't done much, but I'm feeling maybe like okay, so now we're in like the Easter, in the post Easter season, post Easter Sunday season, going into Easter season. So I think I can do better now. All right then. I've gotten some sunshine, taking the doggy out as well. So overall, I think I'm gonna do better for next time. Um, Again, it's want to be like 2 to 3 days, maybe. Yeah, and this is the plastic usage for like 11 days. That's 11 days worth. I mean, started eating more junk because Lent ended, but I don't want that to be an excuse. I should have less processed stuff. All right then. Hopefully it'll be the next 11 days. Well, no, the next 10 days. Yeah, is gonna be less. All right then. I'm gonna put this back in. Notification sound is all okay. So put this all back in. Just various food that I'm eating. I'm preparing less meals at home, but I want to prepare meals at home. Okay. Wait. Okay. Putting this all back in. There we go. A few more seconds. Okay. Yeah. The hope is that I don't have as much for the next 10 days.